just acting our age. There's people here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young, and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back, just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. Just acting our age. We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high to come back down. We don't think, we don't plan, we stay as long as we can. As long as we can. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back, just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now. 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Giants going up against the Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang. But it's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 1st down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a 1st carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. So this will be the 9th play on this drive. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Now this time he'll look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield to make the play?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. And this seemingly endless drive continues. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Only 2 yards on the completion. It's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Coming, double up.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Their dangerous wide receiver from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Gun now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. Like, my dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
No,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he's now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So we've got, never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the 3rd quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Let's go. Good. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Let's go. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Here we go. 319. 319.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
319. 3. All right, now, look at 56. Gun. Set. Boom.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game? But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Here we go now.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense.
All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
10 yards still left on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Henry. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the eye. Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
On the counter, it's Henry. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. Green, 3. Over.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 16 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. 2 yards. Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Here's the option going right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now.